An entire niche of YouTube content is about to be overtaken by AI, and we don't have long to stop it. A year ago, almost to the day, a YouTuber known as Blooms made a video exposing a South Park analysis channel known as Ceric for being powered by AI. Ceric released a video attempting to debunk the allegations, but in the end only proved them to be true, and shortly after ceased uploading for 6 months due to the controversy. The channel has since returned to uploading to a vastly decreased viewership. Now, to anyone who followed this situation, I can't be the only one who felt as though this ended a little bit anticlimactically. At the time, it seemed as though the people behind Ceric just faded into the background. I mean, it felt like that one aura-farming black kid from Harry Potter.
That's right. Black can be anywhere. It's like trying to catch smoke. Like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands.
Well, over the past week, I've done a little bit of digging, and what I found rocked me to my core. I have suspicion to believe that I've uncovered one of the largest AI rabbit holes in YouTube history. But before we get into the meat of this, once this video starts, I don't want to have to pump the brakes, so I'm just going to get this out of the way. If at any point you find yourself enjoying this, and you haven't already, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to be vocal and speak your mind down in the comment section below. With that out of the way, one last thing. Please let me clarify that much of this video is just speculation. I have reason to believe the things I do. I'm going to present you guys with a series of arguments and theories, but with the elusive nature of AI, it's tough to pinpoint exactly what is and isn't these days. But as you'll soon see, there is some shady stuff going on. I wouldn't be putting my reputation on the line if I thought that these channels were completely squeaky clean. Let's say that much. So with that said, let's begin. So the niche in question is the animation analysis genre of content. These channels often discuss famous, long-running animated shows such as Simpsons, South Park, and Family Guy. And the first and main channel that I want to discuss today is this one, Flynn Theory. This channel has been active for a little more than a year, and since its inception has been experiencing a meteoric rise to prominence. However, not all is as it appears, and having looked into it, I now think that there's something very off about this seemingly innocuous channel. The first thing that really made me raise my eyebrows was that the channel had a very interesting thumbnail format, grayed out background with the character in the foreground in colour. Where had I seen that before? Oh, yes, of course. Take a look at the channel called Ceric. Now, Ceric made South Park explanation and analysis videos before he was called out by Blooms a short while back for being an AI content farm. My question to you is, do you think that it's a coincidence that both of these channels create content concerning popular animated shows like Simpsons and South Park and have thumbnails that are nearly identical to each other? And for me personally, I feel as though these two thumbnails are too similar to not say that one is inspired by another. Keep in mind that if Flynn Theory is a human creator, then why on earth would he want to be even remotely associated with Ceric? Maybe there's some other big animated analysis YouTube channel that uses this thumbnail format that I don't know about, and turns out Flynn Theory's just plagiarizing them, but I don't think so. Another thing I noticed that sparked my interest was that Flynn Theory's channel, in my opinion, is a little bit too clean. And what do I mean by that? Well, as it turns out, Flynn Theory has no external social media pages attached to his YouTube. There's no Twitter, there's no Instagram, there's no Discord, there's no way of contacting him outside of his email. Now, it's not all of them, but most content creators seem to have external social media pages attached to their YouTube, extra places where you can follow them. It makes complete sense. If you're trying to grow an audience, why not try to grow it on several different platforms? I personally have an Instagram and a Twitter, which you guys should definitely follow. And it's the kind of place where you guys can reach out to me, I can answer DMs, I can put up stories that you guys can react to. YouTube is YouTube. Most creators are trying to sell themselves, and a great, easy way to do that is on Instagram or Twitter, where things can be a little bit less official. And then comes a video I found made by a channel called Slush, who, wouldn't you know, does have external social media pages linked. Upon doing a little bit of digging into Flynn Theory, I found this video, and ladies and gents, it changed my perspective entirely. So let's give it a look.
See, that Simpsons video, and every single video on all of these channels is a little bit different from your typical adult cartoon YouTube channel. For starters, they're identical. And I don't just mean that they have identical thumbnails, I mean they literally have identical videos, like right down to the narration style and the way they're edited.
These are the times Homer Simpson definitely deserved to go to jail. Starting with the episode Homer versus Lisa and...
Okay, now look at this.
These are 10 episodes where Peter Griffin deserved to go to jail.
But I don't think that even Slush knew how deep this rabbit hole truly goes. Take a look at this next video, made by a different creator, titled Every Time Chris Griffin Deserved to Go to Jail.
This is every time Chris Griffin deserved to go to jail on Family Guy.
It's the exact same thing once again. Character pops up from below in front of a white background with text on screen, and a jail cell closes on them. And what about this one from Calm Cass?
These are the 10 times Meg Griffin deserved to go to jail.
I mean, guys, this is an absolute joke. Either there is some sort of intense mass-scale plagiarism going on that none of these channels that have been stolen from are caring to address, or maybe, just maybe, something a little bit more nefarious is going on. Playing these clips side by side, they have different narrators and they're on different channels. Okay, so you would think that they should be completely unique and distinct. I don't know about to you guys, but to me, this seems like trying to cheat off your best friend's test. It's like writing down the exact same answer, but in a different order so the teacher doesn't notice. I can't say it's an exact carbon copy because it's not. But AI does have variance. If you have two people ask it the exact same question, it will give them different but similar responses. So let's now discuss the channel that posted the other video, known as Sweaty Clam. This channel also, very curiously, has no Instagram, no Twitter, and no external social media pages attached. Its first videos were uploaded in July 2024, which would have been after the big AI boom. And when it comes to this channel's first video, I want you to take a close look at this.
These are 5 episodes which prove Lois Griffin is the worst mom of all time. The 5th worst is an episode called Peter Assment. The title alone should be enough to warn you about the subject matter that's going to be discussed, but just to be safe, I'm giving you a trigger warning for Lois's complete inability to understand harassment.
Now, I understand why people watching this might be curious about why I'm suspicious of this. And let me tell you, if anyone who's watching this has started a YouTube channel before, and you've done it for several years, at least like 2+, you will look back on your first few videos and cringe, because they will not be good. And to prove it, I'm going to embarrass myself in front of the entire internet. I'm going to show you a snippet from my first video. Now, this was made about 5 years ago. I do cringe when I see it, but I have to prove my point. Let's roll the clip.
With the new movie coming out in a few years, I actually hope they delve more into the character of Grandpa Joe, and whether he was actually faking it the entire time. It'd also be nice to know if he actually did coke.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there because this is getting a bit too cringe for me. Now notice in the video, the random VHS effect that doesn't actually provide anything, the tired, monotonous, unenthusiastic voice compared to this one, the microphone quality, the echo, editing and recording and audio quality are all things I had to work on over the years. But now let's compare it to Sweaty Clam's first video.
Coming in at number 4 is proof that Lois will always stand on the wrong side of history in an episode that creepily predicted the future, Hot Shots. Before we jump into Lois's terrible decision making, let's take a look at Peter's.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. This is too good to be a first video. The audio is pristine, the editing is coming at you a mile a minute. The people behind this either have great experience making content already and are hiring a voice actor, or this video was generated by AI. Now, I anticipate that the answer is actually the former, considering that in the description, it actually credits a writer and a voice actor, and a quick Google search will tell you that these people do appear to be real. But let me ask you this. How does someone who just started a YouTube channel have the funds to hire at least 2 workers right out of the gate? Don't get me wrong, it's not impossible, but for the vast majority of channels, especially the ones that are just starting out, this isn't how it goes. I think that whoever owns this channel has some previous YouTube experience. And what makes this even more suspicious is that on YouTube, you don't get paid immediately. Whoever owns this channel, in theory, would have hired these two, knowing that for the first few videos, they wouldn't be monetized. For anyone who doesn't know, when you start a YouTube channel, just because you're uploading videos does not mean you instantly get paid. First of all, you need roughly 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. At least when I was doing it 5 years ago, those were the metrics. So knowing that something seemed off, I decided to dig a little bit deeper into Flynn Theory's channel, because if this was some sort of AI channel or a content farm, I knew that somewhere along the line they would slip up. And all I had to do was take the hyperlink from his channel and put it into the Wayback Machine to be quite confident that I was right. The channel's icon didn't start off as the Simpsons version of some guy. Now, I can't confirm for a fact if this icon is AI generated, but it damn well sure looks like it to me. And if it was commissioned by an artist, if he paid money for it, I question why he would change it so quickly. The original was there in August, but the remake was changed by November. I suspect that this was an AI generated profile picture, and while this doesn't prove that the channel is an AI content farm, it does raise more suspicion. So if you guys are keeping score at home, what we have here is a channel that very likely used an AI profile picture that creates content in the animation, explanation, and analysis niche, which is known to have housed AI content farms in the past. Its videos are eerily similar to other videos in this niche, which are also suspected to be part of content farms. Its thumbnail style is ripped from a channel that was exposed to be run by AI. It has no evidence that anyone is actually behind the channel because it has no Twitter, Instagram, IMDb page, or anything linked. And just like with Sweaty Clam, I'd argue that Flynn Theory's videos were too good initially out of the gate.
I'm sure we're all aware that The Simpsons has had some weird plots over the years. But have you ever stopped and thought that maybe the majority of The Simpsons history has all taken place inside Homer's head?
There are so many coincidences here, but we're only getting started, because what I found next raised my suspicion even more. Ceric Artman, which was confirmed as an AI channel, uploaded its first video on the 13th of August 2024. Sweaty Clam, which I suspect may be a part of a content farm at best, uploaded its first video on the 17th of July 2024, less than a month before Ceric Artman. And Flynn Theory, which I definitely suspect of being an AI channel, uploaded its first video on the 8th of July 2024. So you're telling me that all of these suspicious channels, one of which is confirmed to be AI, all coincidentally began uploading within 5 weeks of each other? I don't buy it. I feel like Markiplier right now when he was talking about the honey situation. I can't prove it. I feel like I'm going insane just thinking about it, but something seems off.
But there's some shady shit going on. I can't put my finger upon it.
And the more I looked, the more suspicious channels I was finding, and the crazier I was going. This is Alex Griffin, another channel dedicated to Family Guy analysis, and its first video was uploaded on the 10th of October 2024. Once again, its first video was extremely well put together.
This is every time Brian Griffin was a full-on psycho in Family Guy.
So I kept digging, and I kept digging, and I kept digging, until I noticed something else about dates that really tipped me off. One other extremely common, but also extremely suspicious link that almost all of these channels share is that they're all old as shit. Ceric Artman's channel, which we know for a fact was AI, was made in 2013, but the channel didn't begin uploading for 11 years. Sweaty Clam's channel was made in 2007. They didn't upload for 17 years. Flynn Theory's channel was founded in 2015. He didn't start uploading for 9 years. Alex Griffin's channel was made in 2007 as well, meaning that he too didn't upload for 17 years. But it doesn't even stop there. Good Tips Every Day, another Family Guy channel that uses the white background thumbnail, has no external social media pages, and was made in 2023. First video, August 2024. Calm Cass, AI generated profile picture, no external social media. Date joined, December 2005. No video for 19 long years. First video was uploaded in September 2024. This one is also basically confirmed to be a content farm, considering that its email is passivechannelspt@gmail.com. Now, I think that one of the best ways that we can determine whether a channel is or isn't an AI content farm is by looking at exposed AI content farms and seeing if there are any common threads and details that match. So let me introduce you to Rupert. This channel has 5 subscribers and 2 videos. Let's take a look at its content. content.
Family Guy doesn't shy away from disturbing themes in the slightest. I mean, they've literally made 1 million incest jokes at this point.
Wait.
I think that we can all agree that this is AI, right? Well, just like with the other channels I'm suspicious of, it has no external social media, which I guess does make sense because they only have 5 subscribers, but then they have the exact same thumbnail format. The channel was created in 2006, so no videos for 18 years, and then all of a sudden, in September 2024, it decides to start uploading content. Okay then, what about some of the suspicious channels mentioned in Bloom's original video? Well, they too seem to all fit the bill. Soma Himpson, which was possibly the Ceric Artman guys back again. No external social media. Channel made in 2008. First video, October 2024. Bob Perch, who does SpongeBob rundowns. No external social media. Same thumbnail format. Channel made in 2012. First video, late October 2024. Greta Piffin, same deal, same thumbnail format. No external social media. Founded in 2007. No upload until October 2024. Cuttle Theory started in 2006, no upload until late September 2024. Simpsons Spotlight broke the mold because it was founded in October 2024 instead of the rest of these, which were like back in 2009, but it's in the exact same niche as all of these and started uploading at the exact same time as all of the rest. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, am I the only one who thinks that it's an absolute statistical wonder that every single one of these channels, about a dozen of them, in total, began literally 10 to 15 years ago, and for a decade don't post anything, and all of them, every single one, coincidentally between July and October 2024, just decide, you know what, I'm going to be an adult animation reviewer now. Like, in theory, they're all acting independent of each other, so every single one of these people have the exact same idea to make the exact same videos with the exact same thumbnail formats. They've all been around for 10 plus years and all of a sudden decide to do the exact same thing at the exact same time. It makes no sense to me. I need a moment, guys. I feel like Truman in The Truman Show. I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio at the end of Shutter Island, because it's like the world is telling me that I'm the crazy one here. Something is with these channels. Now, if you want my theory on why this is a common pattern, why AI content farms are 10 to 15, sometimes even 20 years old, I think I have a pretty good one. Remember back to earlier when I was talking about monetization on YouTube. You have to have at least 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers to make any money whatsoever. Well, if you were to buy an old channel, one that already had 1,000 subscribers and was already monetized, you could instantly start making money off your content. I think that the people that own these channels these days are not the original owners. The original owners had the channels, they might have had a few thousand subscribers, enough to get monetized, but not enough to make any real money off of it, and then years later decided to sell them to the people that now own them. A channel like Sweaty Clam, if it is a content farm, would instantly be able to make money back on its videos because the channel is already monetized by the time they had it. They wouldn't have to build it up, and therefore they could pay writers and voice actors from day one. So you at home might be questioning, who even cares? What are the consequences of this? Well, let's find out. So you might be asking to yourself, why does this even matter? Look, I'm not going to sit down here and say that AI equals bad, because at least in my opinion, it's more complex than that. Different creators use AI in different amounts. Some of them stay away from it altogether, which is very admirable, and some of them use it for literally everything on the job. And then you have the people in between that might use it to generate ideas, to tidy up scripts, to enhance audio, to fix little things in thumbnails. There are so many varying levels of uses that it's very tough to draw a line in the sand somewhere and say, this is okay, but this isn't. I want to clarify that I'm not, nor have I ever been someone that is completely opposed to AI. I think that it can be a useful tool, but I don't think that you should be reliant on it. I don't believe in channel automation, and I don't think it's fair for people that do put love and effort into their content. I also think that if a channel generates its profile picture, its thumbnails, its description, its voice actor, its editing, if it is heavily reliant on AI, but it doesn't disclose it to its audience, I don't think it's fair for the viewer. I believe that viewers should have the informed decision about what they're watching and whether or not it's part of a content farm or if it's heavily reliant on AI. But for some curious reason, content farms and AI channels, very often they don't like to disclose that they're content farms or AI. I wonder why this is. I think it's because they know that if people knew what they were up to, they wouldn't watch, and therefore they omit the information. You only need to look at a channel like Ceric Artman as an example. Prior to him getting exposed, his videos were seeing view counts consistently in the hundreds of thousands. Then he gets exposed, and when he comes back, his videos average maybe 10 to 15% of that. And that's one of the few channels that stayed the course. Essentially every single Ceric Artman copycat ceased production within a month of Bloom's video dropping. I wonder why that was. Soma Himpson's last video was released on the 18th of November. Bob Perch's final video was released on the 12th of November, and Simpson Spotlight's final video was on the 2nd of December. Several of these channels didn't even keep their content up. They straight up self-terminated. And this is because, for the majority of them, they want you to genuinely believe that they're passionate fans about the shows they're discussing, and they're not just doing it for a quick buck. It's evident to me that a lot of audience members don't want to watch content that's generated by ones and zeros. And if they ever find out that it is, they stop watching. They'd rather watch a channel that's thought out by a human being. There are real fans of Simpsons, South Park, and Family Guy out there that spend hours of their time researching, writing, recording, and editing their content. I really hope that in today's society, we're not losing our sense of fairness, because I don't think that it's fair for a channel that's heavily reliant on AI to be trouncing around like it's not. And if you're someone watching this who's anti-AI and you don't want to sleep tonight, well then you've come to the right place, because listen to this. I thought that it made sense for me to reach out to Blooms if I wanted to discover the true scale of what we're dealing with here. I knew that if anyone had answers after his lengthy investigation, it would be him. And what Blooms would show me would change everything. He linked me to an AI automation course on School, with more than 80,000 paying members. Now this either means that 80,000 people are being taken for a ride, which, given the track record of creator courses, is definitely possible, or it tells me that this problem is on much larger of a scale than I had initially anticipated. I mean, 80,000 people is the size of a small army. Quite literally, by the way. That's more people paying for this course than Australia has in both active and reserve military personnel combined. It should be no secret then that Mr. Beast has come out to say that the rise of AI is concerning for creators. This man is probably the most knowledgeable human when it comes to YouTube on planet Earth. Think of the sheer amount of time he spent studying data and analytics about what, how, and why we watch content. What do you think he knows that we don't? I'll tell you something right now, if he's the one talking about it, I for one am going to listen. I mean, what do you guys think about this? What do you think that we can do about this? Do you think there's even a solution? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you guys are suspicious of any other channels, then definitely let me know down in the comments, and maybe we'll look into them for a future video. But I hope you guys can see that based on all of the information that I've gathered for this video, there are just too many little copies, coincidences, and similarities for me to believe that this is pure luck. And speaking of similarities, if you guys want to check out another video of mine, then I actually made one very similar to this a couple of months back. So to find out about more channels that were exposed for being AI, click on the screen right now. Aside from that, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.